details to your tiny house. So you want to make a few slabs, and pretty much everything you add on is going to be cut from a slab. So in this section, I'm cutting out a door. Once I cut it out, I do kind of refine it and shape it with my fingers. Then you need to add all your decorations to your door before you attach your door to your house. So right now I made a tiny little circle slab by squishing down a sphere, and I am slipping and scoring all the details on so that way it doesn't flick off or flake off later. So this will be a window, but it doesn't look like a window until I impress some texture into the window. So now it's looking more window-like. Don't forget a doorknob. Even things like doorknobs need a little bit of slip and score. So just going to add a little bit of slip and score and wiggle and press it on there. If anything comes off, I will be slipping and scoring, adding it on. So I'm pressing some more textures, giving it a nice little door quality to it. And now it's ready to be slipped and scored on. Now, some of you might want to cut into your house, and that's fine. You can do it, but be aware that thin walls, if you cut out a lot, it's going to be very, very weak. So don't cut out big gaping holes because then it might sag in on itself. My walls are kind of weak, so I'm having to reinforce it and smooth it out and make it look a little bit better. So this gaping hole looks very rough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a frame by making a very small coil, a thin coil that I can kind of line the frame of the door. And this thin coil definitely has to be slipped and scored on. So you can see how it kind of just finishes it off and makes it look a little less like I just gouged out a big hole in my wall. So slipping and scoring it on and wiggling and pressing it into place and smoothing it out. So now it's a more of a clean opening. Then I'm ready to slip and score my door onto my house. So I'm going to slip and score all areas that it touches, even the bottom of my door. And wiggle, pressing and smoothing it on. But I don't want to press too hard or else all the details on my door will get smushed, so be careful about that. And the process goes pretty much the same for windows that you're adding on. Because I cut out my door, I will be adding my windows on. I will not be incising windows. I'm not going to draw windows on. I'm just going to cut out some slabs and add on some windows. You can see a nice little coil offers a finish frame for your window. And then I can wiggle and press that on after I slip and score. Don't forget about natural elements, man-made elements. Leaves are pretty easy to cut out of slabs. Just remember again, add all your details, even including veins on the leaf, before you scratch and attach. So have fun decorating and think of all the cool, fun things you can add.